Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Don Miguel Ruiz's classic, The Four Agreements. Now, if you've ever felt kind of trapped by self-doubt or that nagging inner critic, well, this is a seriously powerful guide to breaking free. So let's get right into it.
So let's start with a question that I think for a lot of us hits pretty close to home. Where does that voice of self-judgment actually come from? You know, the one that seems to know all your deepest fears. Well, the book suggests something pretty wild. That voice, it isn't even yours to begin with. You see, according to ancient Toltec wisdom, we're all born into this pre-existing reality called the dream of the planet. Just think of it like society's operating system. It's this huge external dream made up of all the rules, all the social norms, and the beliefs that were here long before we ever showed up. And we learn how to get by in this big societal dream through a process the book calls domestication. It's basically a system of rewards for being good and punishments for being bad, and it's all designed to teach us how to fit in. But in doing so, it installs this belief system right inside our minds, creating two really powerful and often destructive internal forces.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting because it perfectly breaks down our inner conflict. On one side, you've got this inner judge. It uses this personal book of law, a rule book we never even agreed to constantly measure our worth and judge everything we do. And on the other side, there's the victim. That's the part of us that just accepts the judgment, carries all the guilt, and truly, deeply believes, I am not good enough.
And this quote just nails the result of that dynamic. Because of that judge and victim inside us, every single time we remember a mistake, we judge ourselves all over again, find ourselves guilty all over again, and we punish ourselves all over again. We're literally trapped in this relentless cycle of self-punishment. The book argues this leads to something, well, truly staggering. Get this. A full 95% of the beliefs we have stored in our minds, the ones that run our lives, are essentially lies that we've agreed to. And this whole collection of false beliefs creates a personal dream for us that's just filled with fear and a ton of unnecessary suffering.
So how in the world do we wake up from this nightmare? Well, the book says we can replace those old, fear-based agreements with four new, really powerful ones that are designed to help us reclaim our personal power. And it all starts with the most fundamental tool we have.
So the very first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Now in this context, your word is your creative power. I mean, think about it. Saying I can't do this versus I'm going to figure this out creates two completely different realities, right? Your word is the tool you use to build everything in your life, for better or for worse.
Your word is basically a double-edged sword. When we misuse it, through gossip or negative self-talk, we're essentially casting these little spells of black magic that just spread emotional poison. But when we use our word impeccably, when we speak with integrity and love, especially towards ourselves, we're practicing white magic, creating a reality of beauty and freedom.
All right, let's get to this second agreement, which flows right from the first one. Think of this one as your personal shield. It gives you immunity from all that emotional poison and black magic that other people might try to send your way.
So the reason we get so hooked by what other people say and do is this thing the book calls personal importance. It's that default human setting to assume that everything is about us. You know, if someone's rude, we immediately think it's our fault. If someone gives an opinion, we take it as the absolute truth about who we are.
This agreement is the perfect antidote. It's about understanding that whatever other people say, whatever they do, is just a projection of their own reality, of their dream. It really has nothing to do with you. And when you truly get that, their words can't hurt you anymore. You literally become immune.
Okay, so now we have the tools to manage our own words and to shield ourselves from the words of others. The next agreement goes after another huge source of our internal conflict, the crazy stories we make up in our own heads.
So, the third agreement is stop making assumptions. We invent entire soap operas about what other people are thinking, and it causes so much drama. The solution? It's simple. Have the courage to just ask questions and be clear. Then, the fourth agreement ties it all together. Always do your best. And what's crucial here is that your best changes from moment to moment. Your best when you're healthy is way different than your best when you're sick. This is not about perfection. It's about knowing you gave it the right amount of effort for that moment so the inner judge has nothing to attack you for.
So when you put all four of them together, what you have is a complete code for transforming your life. They really work together as a system to help you take apart all those old, fearful agreements and build a new life based on truth and love for yourself.
By consistently practicing these 4 agreements, you stop giving your personal power away to that judge and victim. You start to reclaim your energy, and you begin to consciously create the life you actually want to live instead of just reacting to all that old programming.
And this just lays out the choice we all have perfectly. You can keep on living in that old dream, the one that's based on fear and ruled by that inner judge and victim, or you can use these agreements to create a brand new dream, one based on love, ruled by your own choices, that leads to what the book calls a personal heaven on earth.
So here's the bottom line. The 4 agreements aren't just some nice, abstract ideas. They are a set of practical, hands-on tools for transformation. They literally hand the creative power of your life right back to you, leaving you with one final and really empowering question to think about.